Good morning, everyone. My name is Deanna, and I am here to help get your day started with Kitten Yoga. Whether you've never practiced yoga before or this is your 1000th time coming to the mat, I've put together a practice with options for everyone. And in these times, it's really important to take care of our physical and mental health. So please gather anything you might need to make your practice more comfortable, and we'll begin our grounding and energizing session. So let's start in a comfortable seat. If you have a blanket or a pillow that you'd like to use to sit up on the very edge, that can help lift up the spine and offer a bit more support for your hips. Otherwise, cross your ankles if that's accessible for you. Wiggle around a little bit, and we'll start by touching in with the breath. So bring your hands towards your knees. Take a slow roll of your shoulders up, back, and down. Soften your elbows. And then just relax your eyes. And so sometimes relaxing our face happens if we offer just the slightest smile. It's not a forced happiness. It's just letting some of the muscles in the jaw and around the eyes to relax. So it's the gentle lift up at the side of the mouth, and then a deep breath in. Just a full breath in. And you can feel the rib cage expand front to back, side to side. And then exhale with a sigh out through your mouth. Just, and then take another breath in. Lift up a little taller through your spine. Let your shoulders draw back. And then a full breath out. Exhale completely. And this next time you breathe in, extend your arms up over your head. And exhale, float your arms, fingertips down by your sides. And we'll do that one more time. So inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, float your arms down, just tap the floor with your fingertips. And this last time, bring your arms up as you breathe in. Then exhale your hands just right down to the center of your chest. And then take a full breath in right here. And exhale, let your body just settle in for a moment. And perhaps close your eyes or keep them slightly open. Find that nice ease across your face. And just that very beginning moment of your practice where you arrive with your breath, your body. This nice morning energizing session. The next breath in, extend your arms straight back up. And as you exhale, turn towards one side, whichever side happens first. Bring your hand to your knee, other fingertips behind you, and just slightly turn towards the side. And then breathe a nice full breath in. Stay in the twist as you exhale. You can even continue to turn your head to your back shoulder. And as you breathe in, bring your head back to center, your shoulders to center, then extend your arms straight back up. Breathe and extend upward. When you exhale, turn, release your hands towards the opposite knee, fingertips to the floor, pull your shoulders back, lift up nice and tall, and then breathe a full breath in right here. And exhale, turn towards your back shoulder. It's a nice gentle twist. Inhale, bring your head, your shoulders, your torso back to center. Take your arms back up. And as you exhale, bring your hands back to your chest. Just coming back this gesture over and over to remind yourself of your breath. Interlace your fingers and press your palms forward. At the same time, bring your chin down slightly and press your spine towards the wall behind you. And as you breathe in, press your palms forward and up. And we'll take this another time. So as you exhale, bring your palms forward, round your spine, drop your chin, and then inhale, stretch your arms back up. As you exhale, release your hands back down to the floor. And then just take a moment here with your fingertips to the floor to find a nice steady seat, to tune into your breath a little bit more. And so today's practice is focused on creating space. And a lot of times we think about creating space, but we don't know how to actually create it. And a practice, a yoga practice, gives us an opportunity to create those feelings of space in our body, and then create those feelings of space in our breath And then maybe at the end of a practice, we feel a little more spacious in our mind. So that's what we're going for today. Let's take another breath with your fingertips to the floor, lift up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, shift yourself forward and come out towards hands and knees. And so I invite you, if you're practicing with any of your animals at home, to keep in mind they might like to hang out with you as you do some yoga. So as you come to hands and knees and all fours, you're going to start with finding a really nice connection here to the ground. So spread your fingers wide, press down at the base of your thumbs, and with your toes untucked, press the tops of your feet down. And so I want you to find a nice neutral spine right here. And then as you breathe in, we're going to move through cow and cat pose. So cow pose to start. We're going to tuck the toes under, pull your shoulders back, lift up your gaze as you breathe in. And as you exhale, we're going to switch up here, untuck your toes, tops of your feet down. Hello, hi. And press in cat pose your spine up towards the ceiling. Hello again. As you inhale, tuck your toes under, look forward and up. And exhale, untuck your toes if it's possible. Round your spine up towards the ceiling. And we'll take one more cycle. So through cow, nice deep breath in. Gonna climb up, aren't you? And then through cat, press your spine up towards the ceiling. On your next inhale, come out to a neutral spine. Take your knees a little bit wider. Untuck your toes. Take a look back behind your mat. Hello. And stretch back into your version of child's pose. So I want to invite you here to take a version of child's pose that feels the most comfortable. So for some of you, that's going to mean knees closer together. And some of you might like knees wider apart. And then come down to your comfort level. It could be on the forearms. You could stretch all the way out, or you might even just stay here and work to push your hips back a little bit more. Just getting some more space in the hips and the low back. And breathe through one more breath. I'm sure we're all smiling at this point. As you breathe in, come up to all fours again. So out of child's pose, come to a neutral spine with your toes tucked under. And so we're going to practice some extensions through the spine and through our limbs. So start by walking your right fingertips to the very front edge of your mat and slide your left leg all the way back. So keep your toes on the floor, your fingertips on the floor. And what I want you to do is start by pulling up in the belly. So try to get grounded in the body. So on your fingertips, on your toes, pull up in the belly, and then your option here, if you want to carry this forward, is lift your left leg, extend your right arm out, really pull out for the limbs and up into the belly. And then inhale one more time, wherever you are. And exhale, release your hand, release your knee down, untuck your toes, and round your spine again into cat pose. And then take an inhale, lift through cow pose, keep your toes untucked, and return to a neutral spine for the second side. So now tuck your toes under, get that stability in your hands, in the legs, and this time slide your left fingertips forward. Give a little tent with the fingertips, adjust your left knee, and slide your right toes back. So press into the ball of your right foot, the fingertips of your left hand, press into your right hand and pull up in the belly. So really nice and strong, really nice and grounded. Option to stay here, or extend your left arm out and lift your right leg up. If you lift up, reach out through your heel. Really energize through your limbs, pull up in the belly. Find that gentle smile across your face again. Inhale one more time. And exhale, release your knee down, back to the mat, untuck your toes. Last time in cat pose for now. Press into your hands, round your spine. And then as you inhale, come up to a neutral spine and walk your hands back to stand on your knees. Bring your hands to your hips and adjust so that you're facing the one edge of your mat. And so once you're settled here, keep your left knee rooted down to the floor and step your right foot out to the side. And while you're here, shift your shoulders to face forward. Then lower your right forearm on top of your right thigh. Extend your left arm just straight up towards the ceiling. Get a nice big lift up through your side. And then, if you have a little more space, extend into more of a stretch all the way down to the outer hip, all the way through to your fingertips. And pull your top shoulder back, open across the chest, press down, lift up. And as you breathe in, pull yourself up, stretch your arms open to the side. We reach out for your fingertips and then palms up, bring both arms up towards the ceiling, palms together, and then hands all the way down to your hips. And we'll shift sides. So lower your right knee down and step your left foot out to the side. So as you get this leg positioned, spin your torso towards the front. Okay, good. Then lower your left forearm on top of the thigh, reach your right arm straight up towards the ceiling. Try to reach more room from down the knee all the way up the hip towards the fingertips. And if there's a little more space for you here, deepen into more of an angle posture to your side. Roll your top shoulder back, press into the feet, and then find your breath. So create space with your breath. As you breathe in, swoop all the way back up, stretch your arms open to the side. Flip your palms to face up, then pull your shoulder blades down the back, and then reach up, touch through your palms. Sweep your hands all the way around back to your hips and lower your left knee down to meet your right. And then shift so you're back more towards the center of your mat. And come down to hands and knees again. Press into your fingertips. With your toes tucked under, just lift your knees about an inch or two off the floor. Find that pull up and tone in the abdomen. And gently lower your knees back down. I'm going to do that one more time. So press down into the balls of your feet, pull up in the belly, pull your knees up just a little bit off the floor, and then exhale, lower down. Keep your hips over your knees and stretch your arms towards the front edge of your mat. So the option to be here, or with your hands a little closer, lift your knees and press into a down dog with your knees pretty bent here. Take a full breath in. And then wherever you are, exhale, lower your knees and find your version of child's pose. So either knees wide or closer together, send your hips back towards your heels. Then as you breathe in, shift forward and come all the way down on your belly. Hello back there. So as you come down, I'd like you to just make a pillow with your hands and drop your chin to the mat. Untuck your toes. Keep your feet nice and wide. Breathe a breath or two here. Just let your body settle. And as you inhale the next time, come up to a Sphinx pose. So this is a really nice pose if you sit at a desk very often. Bring your elbows right underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide. Press down through your feet. Press into your forearms and look outward. Soften the muscles of your jaw, around your eyes. And breathe another breath or two right here. One more breath in. And exhale, elbows up to the side, lower down. Tuck your toes under and press back up to all fours. And walk your hands back towards your knees. And with your knees together, sit back on your heels for just a moment. And so this pose here, sometimes it's got an unfriendly name, broken toe pose, which is not really what we're going for. We're wanting to bring the heels together and really stretch to the soles of the feet. Bring your hands to rest on your thighs. Take a roll of your shoulders up, back, and down. Keep your spine nice and long and lifted. As you breathe out the next time, drop your fingers to the floor, lift your knees, and come to a simple forward fold here at the back of your mat. And once you're here, catch on to opposite elbows, release the weight of your head. Maybe shake your head gently left to right. And with an exhale, release your hands, bend your knees, and roll slowly all the way up to standing. Get another nice shoulder roll up, back, and down. And walk to the front of your mat. And we'll just get a little more flow with the breath here for our next session. So start in mountain pose, and you can do this facing forward as well, towards the kittens here. But ground into your feet and tone the muscles of your legs. Find a nice lift for your spine like we did when we were seated. And return your hands to the center of your chest. So with your thumbs right here, see if you can find a breath where you feel the rib cage expand to the front, out to the sides, even the back. As you breathe in again, extend your arms up, and exhale, fold all the way forward. With a bend into your knees, step your right foot long back into a lunge. And then just pause here on your fingertips. Bend your left knee so that it's over the ankle, and lift your right knee so the back leg is strong. Lengthen through your spine. And check in with your breath. Nice long breath in, and as you exhale, bring your right knee gently down towards the mat. And walk yourself up towards your left thigh. So this will be a prep for some of the other poses we have coming up. Take your hips back a little more. Keep your back leg engaged, your left hand on your thigh, and reach your right arm up. Try to get a stretch in the front of your right hip. If you have a little more room here, if you have room on your mat, untuck your back toes, shift your hips forward, and extend your right arm up. Get a nice big lift. And as you breathe out, lower your hand down, lower your left hand down, tuck your right toes under, lift your right knee, and then step your right foot to meet your left, and a nice gentle fold, and the hamstrings open. Next breath in, walk your hands up your shins and lift up partway. And we'll switch sides. As you exhale, fold and stretch your left leg back. And just start here in a simple runner's lunge. Tense your fingertips, tone your back leg, bend your right knee, lengthen your spine. Give it another breath in. And exhale, lower your back knee down. Walk yourself up to your right thigh. Take your hips back a little more and extend your left arm up. So again, we're trying to get that space from the left thigh all the way up to the left fingertips. And then the breath here. So I want to slow it down a little bit to deepen the breath and find the spaces there. If you have a little more room, you can untuck your back toes, send your hips forward, and look up. And breathe out, release everything down to the mat. Tuck your toes under, lift your back knee, and step your left foot to meet your right. Fold in, release your head again. Inhale, extend your spine. And exhale, float down. So we're going to build on that a little bit here for more of a flow. So bend your knees, step your right foot back. Lower your right knee down, untuck your toes. Now both arms up. Big breath in. Stay here as you exhale. Inhale, look up. And exhale, hands down to the mat. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, right hand to the floor, and now twist towards your left leg. Extend your left arm up. Get a full breath. And lower your left hand down. Come up to all 10 fingertips and press into your left leg. Now straighten out through your left leg. Might walk your hands back a little bit, lengthen through your spine, tone the back thigh, and then fold a bit deeper. Settle for one more breath. Inhale, bend your left knee, walk your hands forward, bend your right knee, and then push off. Lift your right leg, walk your fingertips forward, breathe in right here. And exhale, release your right foot slowly down to meet your left and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen partway. Exhale, fold and let it go, and we'll switch out the side. So bend your knee, step your left foot back, lower your knee down, untuck your toes, and then a big breath in. Arms up as you inhale. Stay here as you exhale. Breathe in again, look up. Bring your hands back to the mat. And we'll check in with the twist. So tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, bring your left hand down, and this time open your right arm up. Pull your right shoulder back, drop your hips, try and relax into your fingers. And free your right hand down, come to all 10 fingertips, press into your right foot, straighten your right leg, and fold in. Press down through the heel, lengthen more, and then fold to let it go. Bend into your right knee, bend into your left knee, and push off. Lift up, find a little bit of balance here, and lower your left foot down to meet your right. Fold in, let it go. And last time, extend on an inhale. Fold down as you exhale, bend your knees, and walk yourself back to all fours, hands and knees. Untuck your toes, widen your knees, and send it back to your child's pose. Press into your palms, take your hips back and lengthen. And this time we'll walk the hands over towards the left side of your mat. Press into your right hand. And walk through center and over towards the right side of your mat. This time press into your left hand. And bring yourself back to the center. And walk yourself up to sit back on your heels. And so once you're situated here on your heels, you're going to get a little bit of a shoulder stretch. So open your arms out to the side. Turn your palms to face up. Take both arms up to the ceiling and bend your right hand, touch your shoulder blades if that's possible. Bring your left hand to catch your right elbow and press up into your left hand. Press your head back a little more. You might relax your eyes, just soften your jaw. Let's try and find a little more space here in the upper arm and shoulder. Release all the way open again. Float your hands down and we'll switch. So take your arms up, bend your left elbow, reach back towards the shoulder blades, catch it, and then press up into it while you take your shoulders back and draw your navel in. I know it's a lot to think about this early in the morning, but draw it in, lift up, relax your face. Find some room with your breath. Release your elbow, free your arms open. And then one last thing here. You can either be sitting on the heels or come up to stand on your knees. But bring your hands behind you and clasp. I wanted you to see here. Clasp, hello. Clasp your hands behind your back. And now start with your elbows bent. So you could be back on the heels or standing on the knees. Elbows back, shoulders back. If you can maintain this, then extend your arms and get more of a lift through your chest. Trying to get the shoulders really nice and open. Breathe in, one more breath. Exhale right here. As you inhale, release your arms, take them all the way back up. And just finding that center point again, hands back to your chest. And then come to either this modified downward facing dog on the knees, or lift your knees and come to a full downward facing dog pose. You can send some of these toys. Good. So if you're in downward facing dog, ground through your heels, press into your hands. And if you're in the version with your knees on the floor, work to lengthen your spine. And wherever you are, shift forward, come towards a plank position. You can practice this with your knees down as well. And then lower all the way down to the belly. You're going to find that clasp again at the back, but in this position this time. So sweep your hands back towards your feet, keep your toes on the floor, and then you can keep your hands apart or clasp your hands. Lift your shoulders, elbows towards each other. Extend your hands towards your feet and lift up your chest, look forward. Lift your legs up off the floor and hug them towards each other. Breathe fully in and out here. But it can be just the simplest lift up. And as you exhale, release down, make a little pillow with your hands, turn your head to one side, let your body settle. And we'll take one more back bend here on the ground. So as you bring your head to center, walk your hands by your rib cage. Back bends are really nice for bringing some energy into the body. Press into your feet, hug your elbows in, roll up a little or a lot for cobra pose. And then wherever you are, draw your elbows back, shoulders back, look up. And release slowly down to the mat again. Turn your head in the opposite direction and just let yourself settle in. Hi. And then press back towards a seated position. But we're going to come to a cross-legged seat again. And set up for a few more postures here from a seat, and then we'll come down onto the back. So as you're lifted here, pull your shoulders back again. See if you can tune into your breath. And then plug your left foot in and extend, if you can, your right leg out. Bring your fingertips behind you. Lift up more through your chest. And as you breathe out, hinge forward. So you can bring your hands in front of you. If you feel like you're rolling back a little, this is where a blanket or a pillow under your seat can be helpful. If you're here, work to press into your right foot, lift and lengthen, and then continue to fold forward, right in the middle between your knee and your extended leg. See if you can press down into your hands and press your hands away so that you ground through your seat. Take another breath. Then inhale to walk yourself up. Sweep your left hand outside your left hip. Press into your right foot and lift your hips up. Get this nice stretch up through the side again. And as you bring yourself back down, we'll switch it out. So bring your right leg in, extend your left leg out. Start with your fingertips behind you. And just make sure that you're gentle with yourself at this time of day. Pull your shoulders back, lift tall. And then hinge forward a little bit. You might fold forward even more. Each side's going to be a little bit different. So press your palms down. Root your seat, lengthen your spine. Get nice, full, kind of wake up breaths here. And as you inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold as deep as you can. And then bring yourself back up as you inhale. And we'll take that side stretch again. Walk your right hand outside your hip. Press down into your right heel, come up, and then reach your left arm up and extend it up and over. And look up, maybe even towards your left hand. Slowly and carefully lower your seat back down. And then come to a cross-legged position. Just to tune into the breath again. So bring one hand to your chest, one hand down to the navel. Lift up nice and tall. Settle your shoulders down. Relax your eyes. Find that gentle lift up and a smile. As you exhale, just release your hands. And we're going to come all the way down to the back. So you might position yourself so you can still watch our featured guests here. And once you come down, walk your feet a little closer in. Bring your palms down by your sides. Roll your head a little bit from side to side. And so one more back bending pose. We'll do a little bit of prep for bridge pose first. Press into your feet. Right? As you grind into your feet, lift your hips up just a little bit. Just see if you got tense in your face or around your neck. Get that little shake from side to side. Lower your hips gently down. And now, adjust your feet if you need to. Press firmly into your feet, firmly into your hands, and lift your hips up again. And we'll revisit the clasp. So clasp your hands behind you. You can also practice this with your palms on the ground. And roll a little from one side to the other. If your hands are on the ground, you can also bend your elbows so you have a little more push down to lift. And so wherever you are, work your knees away, thighs towards each other, press into the back of your head. Inhale right here. Stay here as you exhale. Inhale again, lift your hips up a little bit higher. And exhale, slowly lower your hips carefully back down to the ground. And then stretch your arms open out to the side. So either with your elbows bent or arms fully extended, widen your feet out towards the edges of your mat. Just sway your knees gently from side to side. You can even turn your head from side to side and loosen up any kind of remaining tension in your body. And bring your knees to center, walk your feet closer in. Scoop up your right leg and extend your left leg long on the mat. Draw your shoulders back and down. Really squeeze this leg in. So this is a really nice stretch that's also really good for grounding, especially as you head into your day. Breathe in. Exhale out. And then switch. Release your right leg long. And bring your left leg in. So scoop it up around your shin. Let your head drop down. Extend through your right leg. Shoulders down. Let your body completely settle. Really anchor this leg in. So any of these grounding shapes remind us that no matter what is happening around you in your day, you can still find your breath, still connect to your body, and still be present. Let's release your left leg all the way out. Get one full body stretch. And then bring both knees in towards your chest. Just one knee at a time. You might wrap around towards your wrists. Take a little rock from side to side. You can even take small circular motions across your back. And just let this gentle rocking motion switch sides. Allow your body to settle into the floor before we take just about a minute of rest here together. So I'm going to give you the option of a few different closing shapes. You can either fully extend. If you're practicing yoga regularly, you might know of this pose called Shavasana, a full relaxation pose with your palms up. You can also, if you feel like you're going to be at the desk for a while today, get some external rotation in your hips by placing your hands right under your seat, soles of your feet together, knees wide. You're also welcome to come up to a seated position. and come to a seated, more meditative posture. So wherever you are, I'd like you to settle your body down by consciously noticing where your body meets the floor. Maybe at the ankles, the hips, the head. And then sink into your breath. See if you can make a little more space inside as you deepen a few breaths right here. Wherever you are, just be the observer of 5 more breaths. Your mind wanders off. Just bring it back to what you hear around you, what you sense around you. Just come back to this one. A few more breaths. In this last breath or two, I'd like you to visualize just moving through your day with these reminders of your breath, your ability to stay centered, and gently bend your knees if your legs are extended, and roll to whichever side you have more room. And press up to meet each other and your virtual connections to each other back in a seated position. So once you're seated, let's take your arms up again on an inhale. Exhale your hands back to your heart. Just remember maybe your commitment to staying in the moment, your breath, and that gentle tug on your mouth to keep your face relaxed. Just one more deep breath in together. And exhale, just let the hands go. Exhale completely out. Well done, everyone.